But that was it for the third one.
So how did the fourth one then come about?
So my fourth one is my 2019.
Ah.
Which I bought like 2 months ago. I was really excited and I just wanted to start straight away. And I've had this sticky note at the back of my journal since about June, I reckon.
Yeah.
Just keeping track of things that I liked and didn't like.
Okay.
And
so you know when to put.
Yeah, and I ended up making a whole spread at the end of my 2018 journal, which I'll put up here. Basically just going through what I liked, what I didn't like, what I tried and worked but kind of still needed tweaking, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And decided how I was going to set up 2019.
Yeah, there we go.
Hit the ground running, learn from my mistakes, smash it out.
Yep.
I loved my Leuchtturm, don't get me wrong, but I found there were a couple of things that I didn't like about it.
Okay.
When it got really full, the spine got really soft.
Yeah.
And I was worried about it breaking.
Yeah.
So I wanted something that was going to be a little sturdier.
Yep. That's why I quite like ring-bound notebooks as well.
I do too, but I hate trying to write on the left-hand page.
Oh, yeah, that is a bit of an issue when you get right to the
binding.
Yeah, that's a bit of an issue.
Yeah. And my biggest problem was ghosting. So ghosting, if you're a bullet journaler, you're going to know what this is. If you're not, it's basically just when you
Is it
write...
people not replying to your text after a date?
I mean, yes, but in crafting, no. It's when you write on a page, you turn it over and you can see that whole page.
Oh.
And it's
so me, the first time I tried to use a Sharpie in my bullet journal.
Yes. So always
Coloured in half the page and was like, oh, the next page is purple as well.
always have a page at the back for testing. So you can see what your pens are going to do, and if it's really bad, you can go, I'm just not going to use that pen, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I wanted something with a little bit thicker pages, what's called GSM.
Okay.
So I did a bit of research. Pinterest helped me out. I'm in a couple of Facebook groups as well, and basically I was going to try Scribbles That Matter, which is kind of like Leuchtturm's competitor.
Okay.
About on par with pricing. I honestly don't remember what I spent, but again, I got it on...
some money on it.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably too much money, if I'm being honest. But I don't care.
No.
I bought it on Amazon. I got the plain one. You can get them with all these like little doodles on top, but I was like, nah, I like the classic look.
Yep.
So it's a lot thicker than the Leuchtturm. Like, it's really solid cover, but it's still like a soft leather.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, yeah.
And the spine is a bit harder. So I'm hoping that by the end of the year, it won't be kind of floppy like the Leuchtturm is.
Yep.
And speaking of pen tests,
Ooh.
it actually comes with one.
Oh.
That you can do and test. So as you can see, there is a little bit of ghosting, but not a significant amount. And I kind of just decided that I was willing to deal with that amount and that it was working for me. And then I just started setting up my 2019 spreads. Took the things that I liked from last year, brought them over, and kind of made them a little bit prettier because I was a little bit scared at the start of 2018.
Okay, so just for context, by the way, you said you don't plan weeklies or monthlies in advance.
So
these are for spreads that are for the year,
so
like books you've read.
These are what I call collections. Not what I call, what are called collections.
Okay.
So books I've read, TV shows I've watched, movies, any kind of things that are going to last for more than a month at a time. So I do like a finance tracker, all those sorts of things. I put them all at the start, and then when they fill, once I get to that point, I'll just chuck in a new one.
At wherever
so
you're
if say by June I filled in all the books that I want to read, I'll just make a new book spread after June.
Yep.
And I'll keep going.
Slot it in there.
So I got a little bit more ambitious, did a little bit fancier because I felt more comfortable.
Yep.
I used a lot of Pinterest inspiration, and just because I wasn't in a rush. When I got my journal for 2018, it was the 3rd week of January.
So you were already playing catch-up.
And I didn't want to start in February. So I was doing catch-up. I was trying to fill in January. So I rushed my setup because I was so excited. I just wanted to do everything straight away.
And
it
this
was
time...
a little messy.
And this time...
This time I've given myself 2 months to set up. So I got real fancy. And I got a little bit more decorative.
Ooh.
And I've done a couple more spreads. I've also started a finance tracker, which I didn't do at the start of 2018.
Yeah.
I started that around the middle of the year when I started really trying to save for this trip. And I found it really helpful because I wanted to see that savings bar climb, but I didn't want to see the credit card also climbing. So I found it really good to keep myself in check, and because I do flip throughs and I show people, it was holding myself accountable.
Yes.
in a way that I don't usually have, because I can convince myself to buy anything. I can convince myself that anything's necessary, but this held me accountable and stopped me making stupid purchases. But yeah, and then I just jumped into January. I've already set up my January spreads, but I'm doing that a little bit differently because I'm traveling for the entire month.
Yes.
I'm going to be in my travel journal the whole time. So I didn't need weeklies.
Nope.
But I didn't want to jump in at February either. So I just did a big month at a glance so that I can just kind of have the highlights. So when I flick back through, I can go, oh yeah, I was in Krakow at that time of year.
Yeah.
Or, oh, that was when I went to, you know, Rome and bits like that. And then,
that was when I had that banging night out in Warsaw.
Exactly. But then if I want details or photos or anything, then I can go to my travel journal.
Yes.
And it also means that I don't have to take this with me while I'm traveling.
Yeah.
But I also did my travel plans in here.
Okay.
So, you know, where I was going to be...
Because you weren't doing your weeklies in there, you had room to do it.
So I could kind of justify doing a little bit of space. And also, I'd filled everything out by that point, and I was up to the end, and it was still November. So I figured I'd just keep going.
Yeah,
because I always want to be setting up a page.
Yeah.
But I work through them too fast, and then I'm like, I can't set anything up now. So normally I just spend time on Pinterest working, like just brainstorming what my next month's going to be. And that's how I like kind of curb myself.
Okay.
So I'm just like, I'm always thinking about what my next spread is going to be. I really am obsessed. And then again, I've just kind of set out a page that's going to be my wrap up.
Okay.
For the month, so I can do kind of like little highlight photos from each location.
Yes, yeah.
And that's going to be me for the month, and then I'll jump into February. It's made me like a much better student because I started writing down all my reading lists, and I didn't want to have to say I didn't do any of my readings this week. Because again,
so your bullet journal's become like a parent. It's like, now, did you read all that stuff you wrote in me?
Except I listened to my bullet journal.
A book is more accountable to a book.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, I can't lie to you. I can't say I read this.
You know all my secrets because I've written them all.
Yeah, and like, so I put in study trackers and things, so I have to do something that day to be able to colour in the square.
Yep.
I've got to justify it. And also when I look back and I go, oh, why did I get a shit mark on that essay? And I go, oh, because I only spent 2 days on it.
Now you mention it.
Yeah. So I find it really good for accountability.
Yep.
And just a creative outlet. It's just somewhere to sit down and calm down. Something to do when I'm on my lunch break that stops me going out around the shopping centre and buying shit I don't need.
Yeah. I like sort of, what I've liked about it so far is the thought of like, if I have a lot of stuff coming up or a lot of things I want to do and I'm feeling a lot of anxiety, a lot of dread about it, writing it down and seeing it in front of you, especially in such a creative way, helps me sort of go, oh, I can do that.
Right.
And you can sort of visualise it a bit more and be like, no, that sounds really cool once I've done it, or where I'm going, where I want to go sort of thing.
Exactly. It's less I've got 10 things I need to do, and it's more I've got 2 things this day, 2 things the next, 2 days.
Yeah.
You know, and spreading it out and making it look like, you're like, oh, I've only got 2 things to do today. They might be big things.
But
it's only 2 things.
Yeah.
You can do 2 things.
Yeah, there you go.
And even if that thing is just doing your laundry and getting out of bed.
Some days that's what you feel, and some days that's okay.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Are we running out of battery?
Yep.
Do you have a second battery?
I do.
Oh, thank God.